Ja, hej då igen var jag tillbaka med Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Och ja, vi ska väl in på rätt sparfil här. Episod 4, dag 2. Vi ska in i rättegången för första gången. Och vad hände i senaste avsnittet? Jo, ingen mindre än prosekutore Miles Edgeworth blev arresterad då han skjutit någon på en båt. Men vi hoppas väl att det finns lite mer till sanning här så vi kan bevisa honom vara oskyldig. Då vi har tagit an hans fall. Ja, låt oss se vad som händer här nu då. Karma. That's right. Ursäkta mig. That's right. Manfred won Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know. Huh, Edgeworth? You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious excuse me, as vicious as me. Multiply by a factor of 10. So, was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh, I can't. Sorry, I tried, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. I mean, sorry. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Så vi får möta en ny karaktär, en ny åklagare här. Lite av sista bossen. Spela.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready?
Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared?
Right, my apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well. Your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Okay, Gumshoe first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the incident now.
Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m. she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Okej, vi får den där kartan.
Testify to the court about the arrest now.
Wait, Mr. Von Karma.
Yes.
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not. Vad sa han nu då? Okay. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspecting of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now!
Called into the station around... ja. Se vad vi har här. Jag tror vi måste pressa och få lite mer information. Vad ska man ta och pressa på? ...30 minuter efter midnatt. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him there then? I mean... Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts.
Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. You have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors.
Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I have never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue now.
Här då, kanske får de info här. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence.
Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol.
Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found on the boat was decisive evidence. Pressar först. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Ugh, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clay prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What?
Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
Fired 3 times, bears print from Edgeworth's right hand.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective,
Yes, sir.
was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking to imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Ballistic marking are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order! Order!
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge,
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge,
Yes,
what are you doing? A 10-minute recess now!
but wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man.
Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Court is back in session. Mr. One Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a reset student at the university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nothing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the moment of the murder. Order. I will remove people from this courtroom if I not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There was no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order! 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 I will have order.
Well, Judge.
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him out. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about these. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Very well.
I pray for your sake, this isn't a waste of time.
Okay. En spontan grej är att hon säger att det var 2 skott. Att hon hade 2 skott, men att det var 3 skott. Ska se om hon kan säga någonting mer om det om jag... Om jag pressar här kanske. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradiction, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
Von Karma. I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
That sounds pretty sure. Press further. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scan the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No one, no need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained.
Yes, of course.
Oh great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here. Maya's really taking this hard. Ja, vad har vi för... Så vart det är, blev det inga fler foton då? Kanske det. Då ser hon här då. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time?
Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
Could you clearly see the 2 men?
Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you.
Uh-oh, press further. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men.
Yeah, well, of course.
The witnesses testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Okej, jag ska testa pressa den här då. Ja, vi testar. Ändå är det något mer. Kolla bara för att vara säker. Mordvapnet. 3 gånger. Men det finns ju ingen som passar in på det. Okej, vi bör testa det. Uh-oh. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does. I don't see anything contradictory.
Ah, really?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
Whoops, that didn't go as well. Testa väl på den här bara för att se. Nej. Det kommer nog upp senast.
I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Ja, det där borde nog komma upp senare i så fall. Men... One bullet shot. Okej, kanske ska ta det. Nej. Ah. Oj, oj, oj. Jag antar väl att det är... Ja, det här med ett... Även om... Kanske missade det. Vad fan? Nej. Oh shit. Kanske måste ta och spara så att man inte får game over. Then there was another bag. De verkade ge oss någon ledtråd på det här. Oops. Pressa på de andra. Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day.
Huh? Oh yeah, well, yes.
I know. I know you want to find the contradictions, but really...
I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research.
What research? This will sound suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
What does the witness' motive in the camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well, then say it already.
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
Enough. I think we have heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth nothing.
But Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I am afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Nick? Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me!
Maya?
Is this something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life and death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outbursts.
Answer me, Lotta.
What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Mr. Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong. Wrong!
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Order, 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 order.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lottehart has made a new testimony. The defense does have the right to cross-examine her again.
But he's in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya.
I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate butchering of my witness.
I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in there or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Förlorade jag alla grejer i onödan förra gången? Okej, så det här är det enda. It was clear as day. The man on the boat. Är det bilden nu då? Vänta, jag ska spara. Jag vill inte göra om allting igen. Got you! Got you, Miss Hart, finally!
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
The photo I took?
The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart.
So.
This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it couldn't capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please.
Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart,
What?
could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony.
You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as a grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. I don't care how many von karmic objection I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. So, how could you see Edgeworth?
Now just hold your horses for 1 second. You hasty Yankee types never find a girl I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. Your camera?
Yeah, it's got an automatic.
The issue here we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
Ah, he's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars.
Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take picture of meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to this case.
You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
But note this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
Spara. Klart som fan. Jag vill. This is a make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little bit overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take picture of a meteor shower.
Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know, the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing.
Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking straight, huh?
Mr. Wright, I will not have you butchering my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute.
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was you that you saw Mr. Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please.
If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all?
What do you mean?
Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you saw him clearly?
I did, yeah.
Enough! There's no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it is the last thing I do. Okej. Så kolla lite närmare på det här. Camera was set up to take picture of a meteor showers. Vilket inte var sant. Nej, vänta, det står ju här. Det står ju här, faces the lake. You were photographing shooting star? That's a lie.
Says who?
I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Oof.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Sjöodjuret. Gordy. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart,
I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy.
Proof. Tänkte väl på det här med högljudd. Jag menar... I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is the proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster?
Kan jag inte spara nu? Fuck. Det här med ljudgrejen måste det vara. Men jag är inte 100% säker. Varför tog jag inte det upp tidigare? The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you?
Yeah, not bad. Are all lawyers that smart? So smart, boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what?
Huh?
That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey!
But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though.
Something will change. It has to. And I am going to spot it.
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hand, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time. Crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness' testimony is unchanged from the before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something. I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first.
Ha 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 ha. Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Jag ska gå igenom och... ska jag pressa igenom. Then what manner of person are you?
I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm
An investigative photographer?
Yep. You get your photo and I'll sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what?
What?
There was a UFO just hanging in the sky.
A UFO?
You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. that's when I had sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer.
I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy?
Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV.
I'm not sure that appearing on the local news Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe.
Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why you put the automatiska sensorn on your camera.
Yep, I borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it goes bang...
It snapped a shot.
Yep,
So how many pictures has it taken so far?
the only time the camera triggered was that night.
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake.
Heck, if I got word out there what I was up to, the lake be swarming with competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah, second-rate soda bags trying to steal my scoop.
Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth?
Well, actually,
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet. Exactly what sort of sound was it?
well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot more sharper sound than I would have expected.
There wasn't much else to look at.
Yep,
I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat.
what? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your horse, Pops. Pops, I'm getting there.
Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time?
Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe she was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither.
I'd better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Okej, det är väl inte de här sidorna nu. I looked right straight out on that lake. Vad är det? Men jag inte bara ska säga att hon borde ha kollat efter den här. Might as well try. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat?
What's with you? 'Cause I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person be looking at it.
I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal.
What? Y'all wanna step over here and say that?
You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give that boat a second thought.
What?
Order! Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well...
Well, now that you mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a little bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were watching not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I sorry, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kinda got excited. I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got that photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what?
what was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Mon Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that large photo shows something bad for one Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong though, it'll be in prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Why has then that enlarged photograph enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What you all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright.
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested not to show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to do when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo. Somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Show other evidence. Wait, Your Honor. This evidence...
I believe we have spent enough time talking about the evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions of every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in restricting our steps.
Okej. Den där. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Jag undrar om det stod någonting med hans arm, hand där, att det var med högra handen, men att det här är vänstra handen som fingeravtryck eller någonting sånt där. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange.
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone in this courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
Larry, the victim himself. There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So you are saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question.
What?
An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
A meter? That's 3 feet. There is no
way it could have been suicide.
Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Phew, that was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say?
No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right?
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too.
What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him.
I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya.
Oh, right.
What?
Tell her something for me.
What?
Tell her to watch what she has to say. Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Would it kill you just to state how you really feel with a thanks, Mr. Edgeworth? I requisitioned the transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Ja, det var den då. Över till andra dagen. Ut på fältet igen och leta efter mer bevismaterial. Så fortsätt kolla då också. Hej då!